Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Soph and YVR. I post videos about luxury and beauty, and I post twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If that sounds like something you'll be interested in, then please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And welcome to my review today of my very first LV handbag. So let me just do the unboxing first. This is the box that it comes in. And then you open it up like so. Inside has a dust bag. And to reveal, ta-da, the Louis Vuitton Alma BB in the Damier Ebene pattern. Now, as I mentioned, this is my very first Louis Vuitton handbag. I actually purchased this 2 years ago in 2018. When I first saw this handbag, I just fell in love. I thought it looked so cute. It has a really classic yet very beautiful silhouette, very elegant, but also, you know, it's not too, I guess, mature looking. So I feel like younger people can use this as well as older women as well. Yeah, but it's the first handbag that I really fell in love with. I was really debating between getting this one versus the Speedy B25 also in the Damier Ebene, but I decided to go with the Alma because I thought it was a bit more, not as common, I guess. Like a lot of people I see have Speedies, but not many people have the Alma. I also decided to get it in the Damier Ebene pattern because it has the treated cowhide leather, which means that it won't patina. I wouldn't have to worry about water stains or watermarks, and I just wanted something that's more carefree as my first piece. So yes, this is the Alma BB. I'll just give you a brief overview of the bag itself and the different features of the bag. So one thing I've noticed is that they've since changed the treated leather on their Damier Ebene pieces. So you can see that the leather here is quite shiny. Now let me show you the strap on my Speedy, which I purchased late last year. So if you look at the leather on the Speedy strap, you'll see that the leather is quite matte. It's not shiny. So that's one of the changes they made to the treated leather in their Damier Ebene pieces. I'm not sure what that is. I think they must have made the change sometime in the last year to year and a half. Perhaps I've heard that some people have issues with cracking of the leather, like on the never folds along the edge stitching. I've heard that there could be cracking in the leather or wrinkling. So I'm not sure if the matte leather is as a means to deal with those issues. So when I purchased this, let's go over the price. When I purchased this, it was 1,550 Canadian dollars. Right now, the price has gone up by a bit. It's like $17.90. So there's been over like a $240-ish price increase since I purchased this about 2 years ago. But I still think it's quite worth it even at the new price point because there's a lot of features to the bag, which I will show you right now. So as you can see, you can use this bag as a top handle and it looks quite cute like this. There is a clochette here on the handle, and inside there is the keys. So you can see here that the keys are actually stored inside the clochette. There's also, and it comes with a strap. So the strap is quite thin and it's also non-adjustable. So depending on your height, you may or may not find the strap to be of suitable length for you. I myself am around 5'4", and I find that the strap does work for me crossbody. On the shoulder it's slightly long. I still wear it like that sometimes, but crossbody is fine. But I know it depends on your build and your proportions and all that, but just to note that the strap is not adjustable, and it's also quite thin. But I feel that the strap quite matches the proportions of the bag. Like I'll show you the strap of the Speedy again. You can see that the Speedy strap is quite a bit thicker and also it's adjustable. So what you could do is use a Speedy strap on the Alma BB as well, because even though the leather doesn't quite match in terms of the shininess, it's still the same color. So you could do that, but I feel that the Speedy strap's proportions are kind of too big for the Alma BB because the Alma BB is quite, a midi bag. I just feel that it doesn't quite match, but I think you could definitely pull it off as well if you wanted something more adjustable, or even to wear it like as a shorter shoulder bag or something like that. So there, as I mentioned, there's the keys, and then inside as well I have the lock. So the lock, I've had this for 2 years and the lock hasn't tarnished or anything. It's still really shiny, as you can see, like there's really no wear. When I first bought the bag, it actually came, zipped up, and the lock was actually on one of the zippers. I'm not sure why they ship it like that, but I noticed that when I first got it, there was like some small scratches on the zippers, but as you can see, it's not really that noticeable. So I know some people like just like to keep the lock on the zipper when they use the bag, but for me personally, I don't really keep the lock with me when I use it. I just store it in this dust pouch, and then I usually leave it at home because there's really no need for me to lock the Speedy. But I can definitely see if you were to go on vacation or something, maybe to an area where it's more frequented by pickpockets, then the way you lock it is you basically put one zipper over this this thing right here, and you can see that now if I were to put a lock here, then if you try to open the zipper, then it wouldn't open because the lock would be holding it in place. So that's how the lock works, and then you use the keys here to open the lock. So you can see that the design is a clamshell. It is wide at the bottom and it tapers at the top, which kind of I'll go over what fits in the bag, but that kind of limits what you can put in, because although you have this width at the bottom, because of the tapering, you really can't put much into the top third of the bag, I would say. My particular piece here was made in France. You can see Louis Vuitton Paris, made in France. I think a lot of the newer Alma BBs these days are made in France. I've seen some on the pre-loved market that are made in the USA. Or other areas, but I think recently I've seen they've mostly been made in France. So as I said, there's a double zip here. The zipper can be a bit stiff when you first get the bag, but I've heard that you can take it into the store and maybe they can wax it for you to make it a bit more smooth. It hasn't really bothered me that much, so I just have it as is. You open the zipper, and then inside you have the red compartment, the red lining, which I really like. It's so striking against the dark brown of the Damier Ebene pattern. If you wanted to know where the date code is, it's actually located inside this pocket here on the side. So there'll be a piece of leather there that has a date code. Yeah, it's hard to see from this angle, but that's where the date code is. Inside is just a textile lining. And you can see on the side here, there are these gussets. So if I were to try to open this, it doesn't open all the way because there are these gussets here that hold it in place, like so. And that is actually helpful because say you wanted to use the bag, but you didn't want to, constantly open and close it. Like you can see here, even though the zippers are all open, if I just leave it like this, it doesn't really open that much, so that you don't have to even close the bag when you use it. Next, I'll show you how do you attach the strap to the bag. So you can see that the strap has hooks on either side, of course, and there's actually a hook here as well. So what you do is you basically just clasp this onto the hook on one side, and you also clasp it onto the hook on the other side as well. And then when you use it as a crossbody, basically it'll be like hooks on the opposite diagonal sides of the bag. So for me personally, when I use it a crossbody, I don't really feel that it bounces much, but I have seen reviews where some people say that, as a crossbody, because of the way of the shape of the bag and how maybe where it lands on your body as well, it could be bouncing on your side when you're walking. So that's something to note. You might want to try it out in store first to see if it'll work as a crossbody bag for you. Another thing I've heard is that people say that the hooks sometimes come off. Personally, I've never had that happen before. Like whenever I use the bag with the straps on, like I've never had the strap fall off before. You can see here that all the hardware is matching. Like all the hardware here is matching. It's pretty shiny. One complaint I've heard about the Speedy is that, the hardware is not perfectly matching. So I thought that was nice to note as well. Yeah, but that's basically it for the features of the bag. I think it's still quite a popular item. I think this came out, in the early 2010s, I want to say, the Damier Ebene of the Alma BB. So this is also available in a PM and MM size. I think the PM is quite a bit larger, and then MM just looks like a really, really large bag. So if I were to get another one, I'd be interested in getting one in the epi leather. So this comes in the Monogram. It doesn't come in azure. It comes in epi leather in various colors, and also in the vernis, which is the patent leather. That one also comes in various colors. And most recently, I believe this year, they came out with the Alma BB in the Empreinte print. So that one also looks quite nice as well. But I would definitely consider adding another Alma to my collection. So I like to briefly go over just some of the wear and tear aspects of the bag, because I have had it for 2 years and I don't really see any much wear on it at all. Like on the handles, I don't see any wrinkling of the leather. It still looks pretty smooth. On the leather itself, like I think if you were to bump it into something, it might scratch, but usually I don't bump into things that often, so you can see the leather, it still looks quite pristine. The actual canvas itself is really nice. Like I like how this one is very structured, so you can feel like the thickness to it. And that one, like I see, there's no marks on the canvas or anything like that. Oh, I forgot to mention that at the bottom, there's actually 4 feet, which I really like. It means that, if you put your bag on the ground or something like that, it won't, get scratched up. Of course, I don't really put this on the ground, but, if you wanted to, you can just see that because I store this, standing up on a shelf, there is slight wear on the actual buttons. So you can see like in the middle there's slight tarnishing, but nothing too bad at all. Nobody's gonna look that close at a bag anyways. Yeah, and then in terms of the strap itself, I'm quite happy to report that there's also very minimal wear. Like I've seen people that had some creasing, but as you can see, my strap is pretty much, looks pretty new. So I like that. Like my Speedy I've had for less time, and that strap is already starting to crease, so I'm not sure what that is, but at least for this strap, it's still looking in pretty good condition. So next, I'll go over briefly, what kind of things can you fit into this bag? Like, right, it looks kind of small, like it's only, 9 or 10 inches across and around 4 to 5 inches at the base. So I'll show you how, what kind of things can fit, and also what happens if you try to fit too much into here, which is something you want to watch out for as well. So you might be wondering, will a full-size wallet fit in here? So I just have a, a Fossil pretty big wallet. So you can see that, a full-size wallet, it doesn't really fit. Like you have to like angle it pretty well and squeeze it in there. Like you can see there, that fits, but then it basically takes up most of the room of the bag. So I would say if you're somebody who likes to, use full-size wallets, you like to use your agendas, then this is probably not an everyday bag for you because it wouldn't be able to hold all those things. But what can fit is I have here my mini pochette, which fits in there quite nicely. And then I have my business card holder, which is what I use as a wallet on an everyday basis. This is my key holder, so it holds my keys. And then I also have my key pouch, which I usually use for extra cards, cash, and coins. And then I also have sunglasses in a small case here. So if I put the sunglasses in, you can probably lay them like this. So you can see that all these things do fit quite well. Like they don't really make the back bulge or anything like that. So you can see that it's still, relatively straight. So you can see that it's starting to slightly bulge a bit. So I'm going to show you what I mean by you don't want to misshape the bag. So let's say that I put in, let me take this out. Let me take these things out, and let's say that I put in the big wallet again. And then if you try to overstuff the bag with things, then you can see that the zipper can deform. So let's try to put in the big wallet. And then if you try to then put in, say, the mini pochette on top of it, then you can see that, okay, that kind of squeezes in. But if I try to zip it up, yeah, then you can see here like how the zipper is slightly misshapen. Like it's not straight anymore. It's kind of a bit wiggly. So if you were to try, to fit more things in here, like, oh, I want to put my key holder in here as well, then it'll just become more and more deformed. I don't want to force it too much, but you can see that you don't really want to put too much stuff at the top because you don't want the zipper at the top to be deformed. So that's something else to note. But in terms of just now what can fit in there quite comfortably would be the mini pochette, the business card holder, the key pouch, soft sunglasses in a soft case, and also the 6 key holder. And you would also be able to fit like a thin phone in there as well without distorting the bag. So you can see, like, in terms of my daily essentials, that's really all I would carry with me. So for me, it works really well as just an everyday crossbody bag. So there she is, the Alma BB. I think this is a great piece to get if you're thinking about, if you really want to invest in something in Louis Vuitton and you want something that's classic, but not dated, and also, looks really cute, can be used for multiple occasions, then I think this is a really good bag to start out with. Like, as I said, it has basically 3 carry options. You can carry it by the top handle, you can use it with a strap on the shoulder or crossbody. And I think it's also a good day to evening bag. Like, if you just use it during the day for work, if you don't have to carry much, and then you have a nice dinner date or something like that, then I think this would fit in like really well at a nice restaurant. So I think it's pretty versatile in that regard as well. But yes, that's my review of the Alma BB. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos on luxury and beauty. Alright, hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.